Bop, 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 bop. Let's go. We're back at it. Geeks are in. It's the prelims. Just broke down the early ones. Let's get after it. These are where they get interesting. From the bottom to the top, we got Blagoy Ivanov, 18-4, versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima, 19-7, coming off that knockout of Ben Rothwell. Stellar hands for a big man, pretty agile. That's what I'd say. For Blagoy, not the fastest starter, but he does have a good tank for a big guy. And he does bring that pressure wrestling kind of stick to itiveness, stay in fights, which scares me. But Rogerio de Lima's got good hands. He's on a little run right now. He's the underdog in a heavyweight bout, which is never a bad thing. I'm going to take Rogerio de Lima to land a clean shot and knock Blagoy Ivanov down in the rankings, where he's been sitting, not doing shit for the last 2 years. So give me some new face in the rankings, a little bit higher up. Give me Rogerio de Lima at dog price. Let's go Goose off rip.
I see where you're at with that one, but I'm going to pick Blagoy Ivanov in this one. Mainly just due to that chin. Man, he can eat a shot and keep coming forward. He's fought a lot of killers. He's never been knocked out. He even fought Derek Lewis, took him all the way to decision, split. Then he fought Augusto Sakai, was on the feet, took him to a split decision. I think it's going to be really tough for Marcos Rogerio de Lima to get a win if he doesn't knock him out. And I think that's going to be tough to do. So I'm going to bank on Ivanov being able to keep walking forward, get him on his back foot, and just grind it out to a win in this one.
Daniel, what you got?
What I was gonna say is what Goose pretty much said. I have one more thing that Ivanov, he's got a 3-minute or so video on YouTube that just says pretty much compilation 3 minutes of Blagoy just wearing punches on his vibranium chin. So he's got a legendary chin. I don't know if De Lima is going to be able to put him out. So I'm going to ride with Ivanov.
Let's go, Fishman.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Ivanov as well. I think Ivanov will, he's an extreme couture guy. I think he's going to use his weight well and scrape out a decision, kind of like the Tai Tuivasa Rothwell signature. Like you said, he's got a chin, never been knocked out. He has 6 subs himself, another threat for Rogerio. But yeah, I'd like this underdog pick.
Let's go. Shambo, finish us off here.
I'm picking the vibranium chin.
Let's go.
What's his last name? I can't pronounce it.
Ivanov.
Let's go.
If you go split decision with D. Lewis, I mean, come on now. Come on now. There's no way that boy's getting knocked out. That's who I'm picking right now.
All right, that's 4-1 on Ivanov. That's where he's going to find himself on the Geek sheet. I'll tell you that. The next one's a scrap and a half. I'm so hyped for this one. Low key, hidden in the bottom of the cards. We got Brandon Royval, 13-6, coming out against Matt Schnell, 15-6. Talk about two guys that are on the verge of breaking onto the scene. I mean, you can make the case that they're both on the scene, but they really both need that 1 W over a guy like each other to break that barrier. And I'm taking Brandon Royval in this, man. This guy's got so many weapons, bro. He throws all kinds of Muay Thai strikes. When you get him on the ground, relentless jiu-jitsu. This guy throws up subs for days. I mean, you want to talk about action fighter. This is one of, like, you go down the UFC roster, you ask like UFC fighters who their favorite fighters are. This guy's going to come up. Like, he's that action-packed. He's that filled with all this shit. And Matt Schnell is really good everywhere, but he's just not awesome in any like particular place where I would say he's going to beat Royval. Like, he is great in certain spots, like his jiu-jitsu is amazing and he's got some pretty tactical stand-up. But when it comes down to full wrap, give me 15 minutes in the octagon, I think Royval is going to have more things to hit him with, more things to throw at him, more things to sway the judges' opinions. Give me Brandon Royval in this matchup. Let's go Dano off rip.
I love the Royval pick, and he gives me serious Cheeto vibes, which I know you'd like. You said it best that he's got tons of weapons, and I feel like the weapons that he does use are pretty lethal, like elbows, knees. He's good on the ground with any submission. He'll just snatch it up. So I feel like Chanel's going to be a step behind him, or just Royval, excuse me, is just going to be on a different level. He's fought some dudes, and he doesn't get all the respect that I think he should. He gets bad placement on cards. He's down low, like we got him at the first fight of the prelims. So put a little respect on Royval's name. He's going out there to get some this weekend, and I'm going to ride the raw dog.
Fish.
Give me the raw dog, boy. That boy's an animal, bro. He's lit. And just like I said, he creates like fun fights, bro. Memorable fights. That's what it is. And like, I feel like that's going to have a good play on the judges as well. Dude, the only time he's been subbed was Pantoja. The only time he's been knocked out was Brandon Moreno. And besides that, he crazy war with Kai, subbed him, subbed Tim Elliott, and won decision most recently with Rogerio Bontorin in January. But dude, dangerous on the ground, dangerous on the feet. Give me raw dog. Give me Royval, raw dog, Royval. Let's go.
Let's go, Goosey.
Going against the grain, fellas. I'm taking the danger in this one. She surprisingly does not have more danger in this one, but I am picking Matt Schnell. I think he's a little bit crisper on the feet with the 1-2s. The leg kicks are going to be causing some problems. I think Royval really just approaches it as a brawl, and he's going in there to get wild. And I think if Matt Schnell can keep it fundamental in there, hit his free throws, keep him at range, he'll find success. Royval, he's a big 125er in terms of length, and Matt Schnell actually has the reach advantage in this one. So Royval, without having all that length in the octagon, I'm interested to see how he responds. I think Schnell is going to be able to negate his ground game because he has very solid jiu-jitsu in his own right. And I think Matt Schnell is going to be able to be clean enough to take this one to decision and get that dub. So that's
interesting take right there. Let's go, Sean. Bo, finish it off.
Who am I going to take in this absolute war? I'm going to have to go with Brandon Royval. He's just a madman. He's good everywhere. He's going to give the people what they want, and that is violence.
These are the facts. These are the facts. Let's move on to the next boot. A lot of female boots. Let's get through this one. We got Macey Chesson versus Norma Dumont. She is 7-1, Norma, and Macey is 7-2. Macey's a great striker. I mean, she's pretty fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. Every time I do see her, I am very impressed with like her footwork and just like how dynamic she really is as a female. Shows that they've come a long way, honestly. She's pretty good. But Norma Dumont, she's just got this suffocating, winning kind of game plan that it just seems like she's going to beat most people in front of her that aren't like a super high caliber. She's really good. This is a featherweight matchup. She's really good featherweight. She makes a decent cut. She's a good size. I like Norma Dumont to just nullify a lot of the crazy stuff that Macey has. Even though I like Macey, man, I think that she's good. I think that she's got some crazy strikes, and it's hard to bank on power and craziness happening in a female bout. But if that's what you were betting with on this fight, then I would have a Macey ticket. But I'm gonna keep it normal with Norma, and I'm gonna take Miss Dumont to take this one home. Miss 7-1. Let's go, Goosey off rep.
Yeah, so you got Macey Chiasson going up in weight for this one, I think. Or is Norma Dumont going down? Because that would make a big difference. But I'm going to take Norma Dumont in this one. Regardless, I think looking back at Macey Chiasson's last fight, she lost unimpressively to Raquel Pennington. And statistically, like size-wise, Norma Dumont and Raquel Pennington are very similar. They're both 5'7". They both have 67-inch reach. And their style of fighting is the same. The statistics are a little bit more cleaner for Norma Dumont, but that could also be because she's fought probably not the same competition as Raquel Pennington. Regardless, though, all that being so similar, I think Norma Dumont is going to have good results, and I think she gets it done over Macey Chiasson in this one.
Fish.
So this one was a little tough for me. We got Norma 3-1. All of her wins are decision wins. Megan, her loss was a knockout loss by Megan Anderson. And then Macey, underdog, 5-2 in the UFC, a little bit more experience. And the only time she's been finished was a sub. But I mean, I don't know. Probably lay off this fight, but maybe a slight dabble on Macey underdog. Plus 200 is pretty nice to look at, and minus 240 isn't really for me on the other side. So I don't know.
Yeah, let's just move on to the next boot. Let's just go on to this absolute scrap and a half that we got right ahead of us right here. We got Randy Brown, 14-4 versus Chaos Williams, 13-2. Wow, boys. This one's going to be lethal. These boys throw hands. Chaos Williams, Chaos is his name. Randy Brown, this guy's slick jiu-jitsu. I feel like he just doesn't have the best fight IQ. I feel like if this guy comes into this fight with a good game plan, he does have good enough footwork. We've seen him hurt guys in crazy ways. He throws those unorthodox front kicks. He's got the roundhouses that come around. He's pretty good at keeping his distance. And if it does get messy, I mean, he's good at tangling guys up on the ground. I hate to fade Chaos Williams because he's been cashing Geeks tickets for as long as he's been making runs. But I'm going to take Randy Brown to pull off some weird stuff in this. I think that if he just comes in with the right game plan, he can win this fight. And for that reason, I'm going to take Randy Brown because if it goes to the mat, I like Randy Brown on the ground. I think that he's going to have a pretty good advantage if it hits the floor. And he's going to have to watch out for that Chaos blow because Chaos hits like a motherfucking truck, boys. So if Randy can stay out of the way, I think he picks away at a decision, maybe a late sub. Let's go Fishman off rip on this one.
Yeah, so let me get some quick stats on this. Randy Brown, 8-4 in the UFC. His last 4, Jared Gooden, unanimous decision win. Alex Oliveira, sub win. And he also has a sub win on Warley Alves. He got knocked out by Luque. But, yeah, his last 4, he's 3-1. But, I'm going to stick with my gut, bro, and I'm going to go with Chaos, dude. I think that's how it's going to go. But I'm just scared about the sub, but I'm going to go with Chaos.
Goose.
Taking the dog, Randy Brown, in this one because skill for skill, he's a better fighter, man. And you give me the better fighter in that octagon with the plus odds. I mean, it feels right. He does have to avoid that right hand, but something that's helped me think that he can is one, I mean, in his own right, he's pretty good. He's getting better. So I don't think we've seen the best Randy Brown that we're going to see. He's got a lot that he can throw Chaos off with. He's got good kicks at range, good boxing in his own right. And if he takes him down, it is going to be tough for Chaos to get comfortable down there. And I don't really see him springing back up to his feet. And then Chaos, obviously, he does have that pop, but he's been in that octagon 15 times. He's KO'd 7 guys. So that means 8 guys, over half, have been able to get out of there, at least make it to a decision or get a win. And Randy Brown is going to be the best guy he's ever fought. So I think he'll be able to do the same. And I think if he does go to a decision, he's going to do more in that fight to win the fight. So give me Randy Brown.
Let's go, Dano.
I'm going to ride with the Chaos. I think that Randy Brown, he's going to be a tough fight for him, but I think, Randy Brown doesn't have the biggest legs, and Chaos Williams got really good leg kicks, roundhouse kicks. I think if he stays at range, even though he is losing the length, I think he's going to be able to stay at range pretty well. I think that the leg kicks will be effective. I'm really hoping this doesn't go to the ground because Randy Brown is good on the ground, but I think the power and aggressiveness and just going forward of Chaos Williams is going to be able to overcome Randy Brown. So I'm riding with Chaos.
Shambo, are you riding the chaos train or are you going with the jiu-jitsu guy? Because we are split.
This is a hard one, boys. This is going to be Chaos's Williams' hardest test yet. And I think he's going to come out on top. I think he's going to do it. All it's going to take is one touch, baby, one touch, and he's out stiff as a board.
All right.
So I'm hoping it'll happen. If he takes him to the ground, then that's a different story. So this is a hard one for me to pick, but I'm going to pick Chaos Williams because he's got that KO power.
Let's go. Chaos. Always stirring chaos, man. What are you going to say about this guy? We're moving into the featured boot. It is the Andre Fialho coming back in short notice against Cameron Van Camp. Super short notice. Van Camp's 15-5-1. Fialho's 15-4. Fialho gets the knockout on Baeza, goes to Dana White, says, I need to get back in there now. He says, hold on. He comes up with Cameron Van Camp, says, all right, buddy, here's somebody for you. Cameron Van Camp. Interesting guy. I mean, no slouch. I mean, they're not going to just take a guy short notice, slouch, throw him on the featured bout of the prelims. He's got a 4-fight win streak going right now. He's beaten guys like Kenny Gardeau, Harwaz Sian. I mean, not the best competition, but I mean, he's coming in. He's got a lot of entertaining fight tactics that he likes to use. I don't think it's the best matchup. I don't bank on him being ready on short notice. Give me Andre Fialho to get another knockout, because why else would they bump him to the featured prelim boot other than to provide a knockout highlight for the people heading into the main card? That's my take. Let's go, Dano.
I don't have too much on Van Camp, but with that being said, I like Fialho. I like the power. He's got momentum going. So I think this is one of those where you could just hit a Fialho TKO and just sit back and just watch the fireworks happen, because Fialho is electric and a lot of stuff's going to be going down in the octagon. But I'm just going to put my faith in Fialho with this one.
Yeah, dude. Fialho's a dog. Fishman.
What I got to say for this fight is the odds, I hope they're not too inflated on this one for Fialho, because I got my trust in him. He got tossed right into the fire with his debut with Michel Pereira, and couldn't figure it out, but comes right back. Miguel Baeza knocks him out round 1, and that was in April 3 weeks ago, and now it's May, beginning of May. Just like CEO Geeks said, staying active as hell, getting back in there. And he's never been subbed. He's a Sanford dude, got good training. And Van Camp, I feel like the only way he's going to win this fight is on the ground. So, but I think Andre is going to be able to stay up and deliver his pop.
Yeah, look for a lot of desperation shots early, and then as Andre stands him up, he's going to start gaining confidence and just looking for that KO piece, baby. Let's go, Goosey.
On Fialho as well. I like that he's been active. He's been asking for fights as quickly as possible, and Dana's giving him one. They're bringing Cameron Van Camp in on short notice. The cardio is probably not going to be all there. I like Andre Fialho's takedown defense, because I think he is kind of that boxer wrestler, Van Camp. And I mean, if you get into a brawl with Fialho, I don't like your odds of that chin holding up. A fun fact that I just found was that Cameron Van Camp's been knocked out one time, and it was to Tom, your local ninja Shof. So if your local ninja is knocking out Cameron Van Camp, I think Andre Fialho will too.
These are the facts. Shambo, what do you got for us?
I agree with everybody what's saying with Fialho. He's got the momentum. He's got the power. He's hungry, and he's going to eat Saturday night, baby. He's going to kill.
Let's go. Those are the prelims. We just wrapped them up from the bottom to the top. We're about to cook up some serious damage in this main card. Catch us back in the main card video.